So a couple years back, I had this moment where I just decided to unfollow everyone. In fact, I went a bit beyond that. I unfollowed everyone. And I made a whole new set of accounts, a whole new set of social media accounts that nobody knew about. Not my friends, not my parents, nobody. Nobody knew about this stuff. There's a reason why I did it, and I'll tell you that as soon as I did that, pretty much within a few weeks, I ended up going crazy on Instagram. Like, I ended up blowing up on TikTok, on Instagram. You know, my business started going up. I started seeing money. See, there's a reason why I did all that, but this is gonna sound crazy, but if you're watching this, you're probably at least contemplating it, so hear me out. For the longest time, talking 25 years of my life, I was paralyzed by what I thought the people around me thought of what I was doing. My friends' opinions, my parents' opinions. I didn't want to do anything that I thought would look weird in their eyes. I was a conformer, I was a follower. Despite knowing that I was talented, I very much tried to fit into this box because it was the easy thing to do. And so there were businesses that I wanted to start that I couldn't really start because I was afraid of what my mom would think, or what my dad would think, or what my friends would think. And let me just interject by saying, if you have this fear of what your friends are going to think, they're probably not the right friends. They're probably not your real, true friends, because your friends are people who are naturally disposed to support you, to figure out how they can encourage you and support you, call you out when you're wrong or when you're out of line, but for the most part support you. And those two things can coexist. But I was definitely afraid of what my family and friends would think, especially things like hypnotherapy. That's not a real job in their eyes. That goes against so many cultural norms. Or just even coaching, high performance coaching. You're telling people how to be the best version of themselves. That's not a job. And remember, I come from a family of 2 immigrants. I worked a bunch of different corporate jobs, went to school, graduated. Like, I was very, and still am, I was very much like follow the line. And I still am, but just on my own authentic line. And so I was definitely afraid of what people thought. And so that's why I said, you know what? And this is everyone's canon event. I said, you know what? The mentality that I've operated by up until this point in my life has not brought me any money, has not brought me any results, has not brought me any status, any fame, nothing like that. And yes, I cared about that stuff. I still care about my image. None of that mentality has brought me any success. So I'm going to just do the opposite of whatever I'm doing. Right now, I'm trying to be mysterious and trying to grow under the radar. I'm going to cross that out and try the complete opposite thing. I'm going to be in front of everybody's face. But unfortunately, I have this mental block to where I care about what my friends and family think, and I'm being honest about that. So I decided to remove myself from friends and family, at least on the digital side of things, social media. And so I started this new this new set of accounts, like an Instagram profile, YouTube channel, and a TikTok that nobody knew about. And here's the thing. Why that worked for me so well was for a couple of reasons. First thing is social media is designed to have you peer into other people's lives. That's why they have all the people's stories at the top of Instagram or WhatsApp or TikTok. It's just like a conveyor belt of other people's lives and what they have going on. So much so that your life is really just watching other people. That is how people get buried and lost in the matrix, is because they spend their entire life watching what other people are doing, and they don't amount into anything. And it's by design. And you know what's even crazier? By design, they make it feel good. they make doing that feel good. Because of dopamine. Because of all the red notification signs and the fast content and the music and the colors and the layout of everything, and they play to your interests. If they put a bunch of like beautiful women there and yachts and private jets and fancy cars, it makes you feel like you're doing something with your life, but you're really not. And so I unfollowed everyone because I didn't want to see what anybody else had going on, because doing that for all those years didn't help me. And so I said, I had this crazy idea of saying, you know what? Whatever I'm doing is not working, so I'm just going to do the complete opposite. I'm just going to try. I was that ballsy, and I guess that's why it worked. And so now, on my current Instagram, I follow 5 people. That's a couple mentors, my merch brand. A couple mentors in my merch brand. And that's it. Literally, look. There. I follow 5 people out of 94,000 people follow me. And I think I was able to amass that audience because I'm completely my own person. I don't look at what anybody else is doing. I don't look at any content. And I had someone tell me this. We no longer speak, but I had someone tell me, man, Pablo, you're so talented. This is years back. You're so talented. You're poised to be successful, but your thing is you care so much about what other people think, and you keep watching what other people are doing. So I said, you know what? All right, cool. I'm going to unfollow everyone, and if I have to, I'm going to block everyone. And I don't care. And until you get to that point of not giving a fuck, you will never see the kind of results that you're meant to see, that you're built to see, that you would have seen otherwise. You're not going to see them. And so when I look around now that I'm on this side of things, I see so many people that are just paralyzed by it, and it pains my soul, because I know that if they were just willing to just grab their nuts and say, my friends don't define who I am, these people don't make me, their opinions aren't bigger than my dreams, I'm going to go after what I want no matter what, and I'm just going to be a savage. They have no idea what's waiting for them, the kind of success and opportunities that are waiting for them. This stuff isn't luck. It's just there are people out there that are willing to do things that you might not be willing to do. That's the whole point of this video, this content is, it's right there waiting for you. But what are you willing to do? Because the person beside you who's winning, who you're looking at and asking, why is that person winning and I'm not, I'm more talented than them, it's because they're willing to do things you're not willing to do. Oftentimes, especially with like smart intellectual people, it's like the stupid person is actually winning and crushing it because they're too dumb to doubt themselves. They're not smart enough to doubt themselves. And a lot of intellectual people, corporate people, demonstrated high achievers, they're too caught up in their logical mind. Just, you got to dumb things down and just go ghost on them. Make a whole new identity. And how I did that for me in a world where the digital realm kind of identifies your identity first, so that's how people see you first, is I'm just like, let me be so all the way honest in saying, this is what I said to myself, I'm like, let me be so all the way honest in saying that none of these people's lives affect me or matter to me. Every 5 years that passes, my life looks the same, their lives look different. No matter how much I try to keep up, I still feel the same way about myself. I haven't manifested any of the grand things that I wanted to. So let me just do the complete opposite of whatever I was doing, because whatever I was doing wasn't working. Can you have that level of honesty with yourself? Can you have that level of honesty with yourself to say, nothing that you're doing is working, let me try the complete opposite? Because I wanted success that bad, and I still want success that bad. This is why nothing's going to get in the way of me putting up 3 videos or trying and failing or whatever it is. Your success is not going to be like one major move that brings you everything. You're going to try and fail 6-7 times, and then you'll hit your first little spark. That'll get you to your, let's say, your first 5K a month on your own, or your first 5,000 followers, and then it'll be plateau again. You'll try and fail, you're going to try and fail, and then you'll hit another little spark, and that'll build on top of that first 5K. It'll take you to 10K. It'll take you to 10,000 Instagram followers. And then there's plateaus again. You try and fail, but it's not a plateau. It's all those moments of effort are teaching you something that is the reason why you were able to get that spark, because you just course corrected so many times. You refined it so many times because you had information from your attempts, right? And then the next spark gains you like 50,000 followers and takes you to $20,000 a month. And I say all that to say, if you're so focused on watching what other people are doing and you're looking at their lives, you're not going to have the focus or the time or the energy to start doing the work on yourself and start gathering the information you need, to start figuring out what you're good at, what you're not good at, to start being honest about where you fall short and where your strengths are, and start building a business around you. So you're just hypnotized by this motion. It's bad. It's really bad. And that's why I unfollowed everyone. Because nobody else is championing you. Nobody else is promoting you or pushing you or supporting you in the way that they could be. Because everybody's so focused with their own lives. Everybody's so focused with what they have going on. Nobody else is, and this is a good thing. This should make you feel a bit free. Is nobody else is paying attention to you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what you're doing. Nobody's paying attention to you. They see you for like 3 seconds and then they scroll. They do not care. You're an afterthought. As soon as they scroll past you, they've forgotten about you. And that helps me a lot when I post, because I'm like, oh, no, like when I look at people, I swipe like this. I do not care what people are doing. And so people are probably doing that with me and my content. That's what people are doing with you. And so that helps me feel free, because I'm like, oh, I could make mistakes. I make mistakes 24 hours later, the thing hasn't done well, the post or the product hasn't done well. I just take it down, and then I realize what I did wrong, and I try again in a day or two. But you have to see nothing but success, nothing but the win, nothing but the vision. And again, it's by design. This is all distraction. These social media platforms are designed in a way where it's taking all your attention and focus and putting it on something that does not move your life at all. It keeps it still. And what that thing is other people's lives. They want you to be invested in what other people are doing. And the crazy part is this level 3 of it all, is it's more than likely an illusion. People are sharing their highlights. Now you're comparing yourself to highlights that are probably fake. People literally do things just for the gram. It's insane. People do things for their digital identity. And so I'm like, screw that. I unfollowed everyone because I want to get rich and good in real life. That's what I was telling myself. That I want to get set up well in real life. I want to be someone in real life. I want to be a guy in real life. That's what I was telling myself. Most people aren't there because they're so invested in their digital identity. I'm like, screw this. None of this matters. I'm here. I'm on Instagram just for business, not to make friends, not to talk about myself, just for business. And that's it. You know, when I started doing that, things started to take off, because I'm like, oh, I got rid of the thought that people are watching me and people are paying attention to me. It helped me not see my family and friends on social media. So I started to they started not even to interrupt my thought process and my idea generation process. Third, I wasn't distracted by all the stories and the highlights and stuff. How can you compete with someone who is not distracted? How can someone compete with the version of you that is not distracted, has no addictions, and does not care what people think, and is fully confident and coaches himself and is on their same team, is not at war with themselves, but actually champions themselves. Nobody can compete with that version of you. But to get to that version of you, you have to see nothing but winning and but success every day. And in order to do that, sometimes that means unfollowing everyone. Unfollow everyone. Ignore everyone. Use that block button. It's there for a reason. And most people aren't willing to do this, but I'm just cut different. And this channel is for people who are too. Thoughts and questions in the comments. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Oh, hit the thumbs up button, by the way. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.